Hello, my name is Melanie Weisberg, and I will be talking to you about bullying today. So, as we probably all know, or most of us, bullying is a very serious problem. It happens in almost every school, mostly in the US, which is extremely sad and concerning. Um, this is a very important issue for us because we all either currently have a loved one that is now in school or will in the future have loved ones that will be enrolled in schools, and everyone could be a victim for this crime or this serious behavior. um, when I was 15 years old, I was in my school. I experienced how lots of older classmates of mine would bully a friend, acquaintance of mine, and it turned to be so bad for her that at one point she actually decided to take her life. Thankfully, she did not succeed, but the fact that she did was really traumatizing for me and for all of the people enrolled in our school. So I believe that I really have a sense of how dangerous bullying can be in a school. I believe that there needs to be a change. Um, there has to be something that we can do. There needs to be a solution to this problem. It's a very serious problem. Children can take their lives, can harm themselves, or can even be depressed for the rest of their lives for just because children that go to school with them treat them wrong, or say things that may be jokes or maybe just things that make them feel better. But it's something that we really need to take care about. I believe that this is a very serious issue because children are very vulnerable. Children and teenagers, they're the most vulnerable population in the world. It's really hard to be a teenager. Just like being a teenager can be really hard. All the changes that your body is going through, you're growing, you're studying, you're trying to find out who you are. And if you add to that someone else or a group of people that are criticizing you or telling you things that can be really sad and harmful for you, that is just terrible. The schools end up being no longer safe environments or places that children no longer want to go to because they will be bullied or mistreated by others. It's really dangerous for the victims because, as I mentioned before, they can end up being dead or harming themselves or being traumatized for the rest of their lives. But it is also really bad for the bully. Children that bully others not only are becoming this kind of person that is not what we need for society or not something that is acceptable, but they can also be using that to harm themselves. They could get into serious trouble, which could be very, very bad, very negative for their futures. So it's important for both the victim and the bully. They can both be very affected by this issue. I believe that the only way that we can really act against it is if we get together and set enforceable and clear rules and expectations about bullying. I believe that bullying should be a punishable offense. I believe that we should all work together to sign a petition so that bullying becomes a reason for expulsion in schools, at least in our local schools. Personally, I also believe that it should be involved with law. I think law enforcement should be involved in these issues. Of course, the punishments should be age appropriate and like standardized for depending on ages of the bullies. I think this could be a very good solution because this would certainly diminish the problem. I think that if we teach our children that bullying is not only bad, but it can be seriously punishable, I think that would definitely have a beneficial outcome to the overall rates of bullying and suicides all over the US. But we can start with our local schools. So what happens if we don't act against bullying? We will be under risk that our loved ones could get seriously hurt. Maybe not necessarily your children, but it could be a cousin, it could be a friend's child. No one's safe from bullying. Bullying happens in every single school, and victims, there's not a pattern. Like, it can happen to anyone. It can be done by anyone. So if we don't do anything, people that we love can be seriously harmed or traumatized for the rest of their lives. However, if we do act against bullying, we are definitely helping to ensure that schools can be safer places and happier places for children to be. School time should be a time in our children's lives in which they should learn, be positive, understand things, grow up, and it shouldn't have to be traumatizing in any sense. As I said, schools would definitely be safer and happier places for our children. So what I'm asking you to do is to act against bullying, is to teach your children, tell them bullying is bad, not only because it's morally bad, but because it could be seriously punished, and it could be really, really bad for the victims and for the bullies. Every action can have a serious consequence, and that could be harmful for anyone and everyone that can be involved with it. So let's sign a petition. Let's ask our local schools to make bullying a punishable offense. Let's teach them and prove them that bullying is bad, so schools can be safer and happier environments for our children. Thank you.